Hello, Golden State Warriors fan. We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates. First of all, subscribe to the channel and like the video. It's crucial for you to stay informed with the news daily. Without further ado, let's get to the news. KLAY Thompson showing up at the Warriors training facility today sparked the kind of storm that only basketball fans know how to create, and honestly, the whole thing felt like watching a movie unfold in real time. People at the scene started posting those grainy, shaky videos that always come out whenever something big is about to happen, and you could sense the excitement pulsing through the comments. It wasn't just about a player entering a building. It was about a reunion people weren't sure they'd ever witness again. The moment KLAY stepped out of that car, hoodie up, headphones on, that trademark calm expression, everything around him seemed to freeze for a second. Some swear they heard staff members whispering. Others insist a couple of assistants rushed out to greet him before anyone realized what was going on. The building looked the same as always, but the energy felt completely different, as if the walls themselves had been waiting for this moment longer than the fans. And the rumor hitting hardest is that he didn't just come to visit. He came to sign, finalize, and close a chapter that many thought had already ended for good. What makes today even more surreal is how unexpected it felt. Even though deep down everyone knew this possibility lingered somewhere in the background the entire offseason. Warriors fans spent months imagining every scenario, from dramatic farewells to emotional press conferences, and yet none of them looked quite like what unfolded today. There were no flashing lights, no choreographed entrances, no official announcements thundered across social media beforehand. It was just KLAY, strolling up to the building he practically grew up in, as if he were showing up for another routine day of practice. And maybe that's what made the moment so striking. It felt raw, almost intimate, as if we were witnessing something not yet meant for the public eye. Insiders whispered that he had cleared his morning schedule specifically for this meeting, arriving earlier than expected, slipping past the main entrance like someone trying to avoid drawing attention. But good luck trying to keep something like this quiet in the middle of the Bay Area, where every tiny movement around the Warriors is tracked like it's national news. What we do know, at least from a murmur echoing across the fan base, is that a contract was sitting on a table inside that building, waiting for his signature. The presence of his old trainers reportedly added another layer to the whole situation. According to people wandering around the facility at the time, some familiar faces popped up near the practice courts as KLAY walked in. The kind of faces you don't usually see unless something official is brewing. Some of the whispers coming from behind those doors painted a picture of a player who looked more relaxed than he has in months. Someone who seemed at peace, ready to reconnect with the place where he carved out his legacy. Even though the franchise has undergone changes, even though the league has shifted dramatically, there's a sense that KLAY's stepping back into that facility reset something emotionally for everyone involved. The staff who greeted him felt that old spark returning. The hallway chatter grew louder. The cameras positioned in the parking lot multiplied by the minute. And fans online? They turned the entire event into a full-blown frenzy, stitching together theories, piecing together shadows in blurry photos, trying to decode every possible detail that hinted at his intentions. It's pure chaos, the best kind of chaos, the kind that only happens when a franchise icon walks back into the home he once lit up nightly. Another detail that fueled the flames was the timing. He didn't show up at night, when things are quiet and fewer people are watching. He didn't arrive on some slow afternoon when news barely moves. No, KLAY walked into the facility right when the morning rush was peaking, practically guaranteeing witnesses. It's the type of thing that makes people wonder whether this was really meant to be a secret at all. Maybe he wanted this. Maybe he wanted fans to feel that excitement again, wanted the building to buzz like it used to. People nearby said his demeanor was cool, calm, almost playful, as if he knew the commotion would explode, but didn't mind at all. The parking lot, which usually sees players slip in and out unnoticed, suddenly turned into a paparazzi magnet, even though most of the footage came from random workers and early arriving fans who happened to be in the right place at the right time. From the way he walked, to the backpack slung over his shoulder, to the tiny smirk he flashed someone at the door, everything screamed, yeah, something's happening here. But what's wild is how nobody inside the facility is saying a word. Not a confirmation, not a denial, just letting the speculation run wild. Inside the Warriors fan community, reactions have been nothing short of explosive. Some fans are absolutely convinced the contract is already signed, sealed, and delivered. Others argue that this is just the beginning of negotiations, a symbolic gesture meant to show goodwill. But what everyone agrees on is that this moment feels different. It feels bigger. It feels like a turning point. And that's because KLAY Thompson is not just another player returning for business talks. He's a piece of basketball history walking back into the building where his story became legend. The discussions happening across message boards, watch parties, live stream chats, and Twitter threads sound more like debates about a long-awaited movie sequel than actual sports news. People are already imagining potential lineups, playoff scenarios, emotional homecomings, and even what the atmosphere at Chase Center will be if he truly re-signs. And while none of this is official yet, the buzz itself is enough to remind everyone just how much his presence means. It's like the franchise's heartbeat picked up again the moment he stepped through that door. And if today is any indication, this story is far from over. If anything, it feels like it's just beginning. At the core of all this excitement is something more human than contractual obligations or roster strategies. It's nostalgia. KLAY Thompson stepping into that facility hits people in a way that stats can't measure, a way highlight reels can't capture. Fans remember the championships, the comebacks, the injuries, the nights he turned the entire league upside down with nothing more than a hot hand and a calm expression. To think he might sign a new deal in that same building makes the whole thing feel poetic. People close to the situation claim the meeting happening today carries emotional weight for everyone involved, not just KLAY. The staffers, the coaches, even some of the executives have been part of his journey for years, witnessing every high and low. Seeing him back feels like reconnecting with a piece of identity they didn't know how to replace. And while nothing is confirmed yet, the energy suggests that whatever unfolds next won't be just about numbers on a page. It'll be about legacy, loyalty, and a story that continues to evolve right in front of us. All we can do now is watch as this rumor grows louder, waiting to see whether the noise turns into a celebration or the beginning of an unexpected twist. The second wave of reports and whispers started flooding social media just moments after KLAY walked deeper into the facility, disappearing behind the double doors that lead toward the executive offices. People claim that not long after he arrived, several key members of the front office were seen entering the same wing, including some who rarely appear on camera but are known to handle crucial negotiations behind the scenes. This isn't the type of foot traffic you witness on an ordinary day, not even during the off-season. It sparked speculation that something more than a casual visit was taking place. Some onlookers even swear they saw someone carrying what looked like a stack of official documents, the kind of paperwork no one parade around unless signatures are expected to follow. The Warriors organization has always been one of the more discreet franchises when it comes to contract matters, but today felt different. Today felt deliberate. And the silence coming from inside is amplifying the noise outside, giving fans room to craft theories that stretch from heartwarming reunions to high-stakes negotiations, each one more dramatic than the last. But the real turning point in the rumor mill came when someone inside the gym posted a short clip of the practice court lights, turning on earlier than usual. It seems trivial at first glance, but longtime fans know the pattern. Whenever a major signing or meeting involving a star player happens, the staff prepares the main court just in case photo ops or footage are needed. The clip showed trainers talking quietly, stretching bands laid out, and a shooting machine already plugged in near the baseline, as if waiting for someone. Nobody appeared on camera, of course, but the mere setup implied anticipation. It suggested they weren't just preparing for a normal afternoon session. They were preparing for something symbolic, maybe even emotional. And that sent social media into a frenzy. People began dissecting every frame, pointing out reflections, fuzzy shadows, and tiny sounds in the background that might hint at KLAY getting ready for a shoot-around or warming up for a ceremonial moment. Even though nothing definitive emerged, The vibe was unmistakable. Something big was brewing inside that building. Meanwhile, the local chatter among staff members who weren't directly involved in the negotiations carried its own layer of intrigue. People on the outside of these conversations overheard fragments. Nothing clear enough to confirm details, but enough to fuel speculation. Words like revisit, finalize, and agreement floated through the hallways, blending with the usual background noise but standing out to anyone paying attention. Those same whispers mentioned the possibility of a shorter contract, something symbolic rather than purely strategic, a deal that would allow KLAY to remain connected to the franchise without long-term constraints. Fans reacted immediately, sharing theories that this could be the stepping stone to a farewell tour or maybe even a season built around honoring his legacy. Others believed it signaled a new chapter entirely, one where he returns with fresh motivation and something to prove after months of uncertainty. The tension between those two interpretations only made the story more compelling, adding emotional weight to a situation already overflowing with nostalgia and anticipation. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. Outside the facility, the crowd grew steadily as word spread, even though there was no official announcement or media alert. Fans wearing old jerseys, some faded, some brand new, gathered near the gates, hoping to catch even the smallest glimpse of KLAY leaving the facility. A few held signs, others recorded everything in case something newsworthy happened, and some simply stood in silence, taking in the moment. There was a shared understanding in the air, an unspoken belief that they were witnessing something that might define the team's future. It wasn't chaotic or overwhelming. It felt strangely respectful, as if everyone knew they were close to a moment that deserved patience. The mood was hopeful, almost reverent, and the longer KLAY remained inside, the more convinced people became that something significant was taking place behind those walls. Even security seemed aware that today wasn't like other days, guiding people gently and keeping things calm without trying to disperse the gathering. They knew this wasn't just a rumor. This was a moment the fan base desperately wanted to feel part of. As the afternoon stretched on, more reports emerged, some claiming that Warriors legends had been contacted, others suggesting that video crews were instructed to remain on standby. Nothing concrete, nothing officially confirmed, but the kind of whispers that grow louder when a franchise is preparing for a major announcement. And that's what transformed today from a simple visit into a full-blown spectacle. Fans, analysts, and casual observers alike began asking the same question. Why today? Why now? Why, after months of uncertainty, would KLAY walk into that building unless something meaningful was happening? The narrative practically wrote itself. The idea of him returning to the place where he built his legacy, signing a new deal in the same environment where he first became part of the Warriors dynasty. It felt cinematic. And maybe that's why people are clinging to every detail, every rumor, every piece of possible evidence. Because deep down, everyone wants the story to unfold in the most poetic way possible. In the end, the truth behind what happened inside the facility today remains wrapped in secrecy, hidden behind closed doors and guarded expressions. But that hasn't stopped the world from talking, imagining, and hoping. This is more than a contract negotiation. This is a moment loaded with emotional meaning, a moment that captures everything fans love about sports: loyalty, legacy, uncertainty, and a thrill of not knowing what comes next. Whether KLAY Thompson signs that contract today, tomorrow, or sometime in the near future, this moment will live on in the memories of fans who felt the spark return the instant he stepped foot inside that building. The whispers will keep echoing, the rumors will keep spreading, and the excitement will keep growing. Because sometimes the story isn't just about the signature, it's about the journey to the table. And today, that journey felt like something out of a legend reborn. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.